Good evening, everyone. This is called to order Board of Works meeting for Monday, February the 22nd, 2021. Our first order will be Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on is roll call. Mayor Clerk,
Okay.
Madam Clerk, would you call a roll?
Mayor Gentry is absent this evening, but excused. Becky McClure. Present. Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is approval of the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from our February the 8th meeting? And if so, I'd entertain motions.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Motion carried. Minutes are approved. Now we'll proceed to department reports. First up is Police Department. Chief Morgan.
Good evening, board members. Since our last meeting, the police department has responded to 580 calls for service. 14 people were arrested for the following crimes. 6 for operating while intoxicated, 3 were wanted on a warrant, 1 for possession of meth, 2 for domestic battery, 1 for unlawful possession of a syringe, and 1 for possession of marijuana. In that, in that same time frame, 23 handgun carry licenses were sent off to the state for final approval. From February 8th to the 11th, Detective Houston attended the Child First Forensic Interview Training. February 11th, Detective Captain Dickerson attended a seminar on the patterns of deception and denial among sex offenders. February 11th, Department Defensive Tactics Instructor Sergeant Williamson attended training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu police tactics. Then over the last 2 weeks, our department firearms instructor, Officer Jason Morgan, completed our annual firearms inspections. All department-owned weapons were disassembled, cleaned, inspected, repaired if necessary, and then reassembled. That's all I have.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next up is Fire Department. Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Works meeting, Lebanon Fire has made 138 emergency calls of service, logged 311 training hours, completed 25 commercial inspections, installed 1 car seat, held 1 public education event. Additionally, we have 888 training hours logged, and these were completed by our Fire Investigator 1 students. Beginning this week, all 3 shifts will be participating in a training scenario in the Witham Simulation Lab. Training will focus on BLS childbirth, and for those of you that don't know, Witham has put together a simulation lab in their new facility. It's just an excellent training atmosphere, and we're going to set this up in very low light conditions, and a hoarder house, and crews will have to come in, assess the patient, and it's a full functioning training mannequin that will actually deliver a baby. So all of our crews will be going through this week. It's just a very nice opportunity. We'd like to thank Witham for allowing us to come out and train. Due to last week's inclement weather, the Boone County Health Department has reached out for supplementary help with their COVID-19 vaccination clinics. The health department is expecting over 600 participants wanting the vaccine over the next 48 hours. So our administrative staff, including myself, we're going to go and work at the clinic. We're going to help as vaccinators and data entry positions to help out and get the numbers to level out. On February 8th and 9th, LFD hosted a CPR instruction class for Western Boone. Over 180 students and teachers are now certified in CPR. I'd like to thank firefighters Tyler Aguirre, Sean Yancey, and engineer Gabe Westerfeld for putting this together. This is, I believe, the third year that we've done this for Western Boone. It's a great environment for the students, and we enjoy offering this to them. We are still accepting applications for firefighter EMT through March 1st. As of today, we have 118 pre-applications. Currently, we have one position open, and we will use this list for the remainder of throughout the next 2 years to fill any upcoming spots. That's all I have this evening.
Hey, Chief, that 600 people to be vaccinated at the fairgrounds, is that because of last week?
Yes, the inclement weather, they had to close the clinic for 2 days. So with the people that missed the clinic over that time and then what's scheduled this week, they're going to have a large influx, so they wanted to add some additional vaccinators, and we're happy to help.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
No.
Any questions from the public? Okay, thank you, Chief.
Yep.
Next up is the Parks Department. John?
Good evening. I want to say thanks to the fire department too. They help us with our CPR training also for the guards. They just do an outstanding job. It's always nice departments work together, but going to have a lot more this year, Chuck. A big thank you to our office and pool staff for another successful day of open interviews. The 2 Saturdays that we had, one in January, one in February, we had 30 applicants in 2 days, so that's pretty awesome, and we got just a nice pool to go for. Parks maintenance staff did an outstanding job of snow removal over downtown parks and our trail system and everywhere that we were out there. They did a very nice job, just kept coming at us. Another big thank you to the Water and Wastewater Department of the Lebanon Utilities, Ed. They did an outstanding job. They helped us get all the big piles that we had downtown because there wasn't any place to put it. So utilities jumped in, helped us out. Couldn't thank them enough. We had 3 backhoes, thanks to Dave Newell letting us use one of their backhoes, 5 trucks going for several hours. Did the best we could in the short amount of time that we had to get ready for open business. Just being shut down 1 day is pretty awesome. Dave did an outstanding job in the street department. But the guys really, all together, nice team. Cabin improvements are completed and ready for log doctors to work on the exterior when the weather breaks. Current and upcoming programs. Today's the last day for our virtual snowman contest. The winner will be announced tomorrow on Facebook. The guys might show you a picture of our, there's 35 right there. Pretty hard to see them. Hopefully everybody gets a look. Pretty hard to judge, just one of those. There's some pretty neat snowmen out there. Anyway, and I just want to thank all the participants, but it was a nice effort. We've teamed up with Let's Go Sports again this year, and we'll be offering tiny hitters, T-ball, and all sports champs. Both programs are designed for 3 to 5-year-olds. Visit our Facebook page for more information on how to register. Registration is currently open for our spring pickleball league. The league consists of 3 divisions: men's doubles, women's doubles, and co-ed doubles. Visit our website at lebanonparks.org for more information on how to sign up for a team, a team for the league dates. Had somebody in there today signing up, in fact. We will be announcing the details of on our scavenger hunt later this week. Hope people will be able to get out and enjoy the weather here soon while visiting our parks. And there again, we're looking into Easter egg hunt. Hopefully we can pull it off this year. We'll be getting the details from the health department to see what we can do, but we're going to have an Easter egg hunt, I hope.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
think we're all ready to open it up. There you go, and that's all I have.
Hey, John, where'd you haul the snow to?
We hauled it to the park by the tennis courts,
Oh.
and then there's a big pile over there at the old Estes building. In fact, when I came in tonight, there were a bunch of kids climbing on it. Yeah.
They were up on
I
There's
saw
huge piles.
I saw the trucks, but I didn't know where you were taking it.
Yeah, it couldn't shut down 39, so again, the utilities, man, they were maneuvering in and out of cars. Everybody's supposed to be off the roads, but we all knows how that works.
Yeah.
Snow and stay off the roads, that means get out in your cars and drive around. But then needless to say, didn't hit any cars, got all the snow that we could, and the businesses appreciated it downtown, I'm
Well,
sure.
we appreciate it. Any questions from the board?
Good, it was good to see the departments all pitch in to help out.
Yeah, it is. It was great. Those guys,
Great.
no hesitation. Talked to Ryan Ottinger and John and Billy Taylor. They all just jumped right in, and they're getting 5 trucks going, 3 backhoes. It was a feat,
good to
but
see.
did it real quick and did a nice job.
Good, that's great.
Yeah. Yes.
Any questions from the public? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Next up is engineering department. Kevin, he's not here, right? Okay. Okay, planning department, Ben?
Good evening, board members. As you can imagine, our friends in other departments were very busy with the 10 inches of snow, but the planning department, the activity usually drops off a cliff when it gets this much snow. So not a whole lot of construction and permit activity when you're working around that kind of snow. So we did see a pretty big decrease over the last couple of weeks from what we typically expect during the wintertime, but still staying plenty busy. Completed another 20 building inspections over the last couple of weeks. And it did issue 8 permits, including 2 fence permits, which kind of surprised me during that you would think to put up a fence with this much snow on the ground, but I guess you do it when you can. So we did remain active, and code enforcement does continue to remain active as well, continuing to follow up on a number of different items, and then also added 6 new cases over the last couple of weeks. So that continues to be busy, and we're continuing to police our neighborhoods and make sure that people are following all the rules that they're required to follow in terms of junk cars and other things like that. So, and of course, in terms of building permits, we will see quite a significant pickup in activity as we get into the warmer months. Sunbrook Section 2 is recorded. They actually just dropped off Sunbrook Section 3 to our office today to start reviewing construction plans, so they're likely will have 2 sections of Sunbrook going at the same time this summer. And Sunbrook Villas is under construction on their model home, so we'll see a lot of activity there as well. As we all know, Auburn Meadows Phase 3 is under construction as well. So we definitely see that there's going to be significant activity this year as the weather gets a little bit warmer. And certainly there's a lot of pent-up demand in the housing market that we're still seeing. If anybody looks at available homes on the market right now, if you can find 5 of them that are available right now, it's probably a good day. So we are still seeing a lot of pent-up demand there and looking forward to getting some of those options out there for people later this year. So continue to remain active, and a lot of good things coming up this year. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions from the board? Any question from the public? Thank you, Ben. Next up, street department, David?
How's everybody doing tonight? Glad I'm here, not in a plow truck. Now the guys are pretty busy keeping, trying to clean off the drains from the ice, so now everything that's melt will go away. Look like we didn't have anything, hopefully, by the end of the week. We have had a few stop signs go down, which is pretty normal, in this kind of weather. So we got some 811 calls going in for those, waiting on those, and then we're going to dig up some snow and put those in if it's still out there. I've been pretty busy, as you can guess. 210 we were out, 211 we were out, 215 President's Day they were out, 217 and 218. So used a lot of material, a lot of hours, a lot of man hours. Let's see, the first event we used 60 ton, then 28, and then we didn't use any on the 15th. It was just, Dick could kind of vouch for that, how when it's snowing that much, you just don't put material down. There's no use in it. But then we used 6 tons the 17th and 34 on the 18th, kind of catching up from that event. A big shout out to Joe LePage. He made us a good video there. He went with us at the start of the storm, made a video that kind of gives people a perspective of what you run into out there. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video, it's worth watching. It shows some of our guys running into our residents stuck, so we stopped the plow trucks. They're having to push people out, just so we can get around them. So kind of gives you a perspective. The whiteouts, I think Joe can vouch for that. You can't see in front of you, the truck in front of you. We actually put Joe behind the wheel, so he got some plowing experience. So he's on standby for us now. He's official. So if you see a truck all over the road, it might be Joe.
So that's why that one intersection is full, right?
Yeah, we blame Joe.
Okay.
No, he did a good job, the guy said. But And video is really worth seeing. It gives you a different perspective of it if you've never done it or if you're interested in seeing it. Definitely want to thank my guys. I mean, we come in on a holiday 6-2 the first round, and then they went home and rested, and I told them, you know, we'll be out here by 2 o'clock in the morning. So we came in at 7 and left at 11 o'clock the next morning. So they were, needless to say, they were exhausted, but they stuck with it, and the roads, I mean, compared to what we had, they looked pretty good when we left. So, you know, that wasn't perfect, but it was travelable. So
Good.
we were on standby with Chuck. He called me a little bit before the storm and asked if we had a truck in case they needed to get an ambulance. So we were working with them, cooperating with them, and luckily we didn't need to do anything, so that was great. We would also like to welcome 2 new hires to the street department, Tony Land and Alex Smith, local guys. I'd say kids, but they might take that offensive, but in their 20s. So it's kind of nice to see that we had 13 apps, and you know, it's good to have a problem when you can't decide who you want because you got so many good apps instead of sticking a mirror in front of somebody and saying they're breathing, they're in.
Good.
So we had a good problem with that. But once again, I can't thank the guys enough. I mean, they dropped everything and made it happen, and you know, I'd put our crew up against about any crew out there when it comes to snow and stuff. They get it done. So
I think you did a good job. Good job.
that's all I got.
Great job, yes.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Thank you, David. Next up is communications, Joe LePage.
/ plow driver on standby along with communications, right? Good evening, everyone. As Dave mentioned, the increase in videos is something that the communications department is really stressing in 2021. So we wrapped up the title we gave the street department's snow recovery video was "Let It Snow," kind of a tongue-in-cheek there with all the snow that was falling and the plow truck drivers doing amazing jobs for our street department, just outstanding. Upcoming videos include our Lebanon housing update, as Ben has outlined in previous Board of Works reports. There are a number of new home builds, exciting new offerings here in our community. We hope to have that video done today. It will happen tomorrow. That'll be finishing up. Also coming up, a couple different videos we're working with the fire department on. A day in the life of LFD. Also, as Chief Batts talked about the Sim Lab training, we're going to be a kind of a fly on the wall to be able to cover some of that and highlight the great efforts going on and being performed by our fire department. After our planning video, we're going to air the drop-off, and this is a partnership with our Parks Department. We talked to Billy and Caleb, a couple guys who are delivering tigers, and then the recipients of those respective tiger statues around our community, and just getting their reactions to kind of the joy that it brings to be able to drop those off, and then the recipients being ecstatic with the finished product and seeing the level of care that our city has over increasing art in our community. And so that's a video we're going to throw together as well. You'll notice those as injections of positivity in our community. And so we'll put all the videos, they'll be on this public access channel, so the folks watching at home, it'll be on this channel, our YouTube channel, as well as social media too. It all kind of goes around with the overall improvements to the visual medium within our community. Our website improvement refreshers continue, and so many of you, all of you up here, have taken part in getting a new headshot taken, working on department headshots as well. We're updating content. We met with the police department first, kind of had an initial meeting with the planning department, also going to talk more in depth about that, and then the changes that were talked about with LPD and then will be talked about later with planning will be implemented on our website. Again, that's all done in-house now, and then subsequent departments within the city here to be able to add to that visual medium, and the goal there being twofold: to increase user-friendly steps, whether you're a visitor or whether you're a resident of Lebanon, but also to continue to instill pride within our city departments, being proud to work for the city of Lebanon and being able to provide wonderful service without the respective departments. So looking forward to adding to that visual medium within our community.
Do you have something?
That's all I have.
Oh, okay. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Okay, thank you, Joe. That concludes our department reports. The next item is old business, and we have Chief Morgan to address Lexpaw policy approval for the Lebanon Police and Fire Department.
Just to be clear, this doesn't affect the fire department at all. I'm not sure why that's in there.
Okay.
So as you guys know, for the last 14 months, we've been working with Lexipol to come up with new policies. It generated 700 pages worth of policies that you guys got access to about a month ago. In that time, I've gotten some questions from some of you. Judge McClure, Mr. Milburn gave me some. I do have the answers to those. I don't know that we want to go through all of them up here, but the changes that you guys have asked for have been made, or if they were actually correct, if they were just you guys questioning whether it was accurate or not, they've been fixed. But if you guys approve them tonight, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is it, it's final. This is going to be going on for at least another year. We're going to issue out 5 policies every week. So the officers will have these 5 policies to study for a week, and then they get quizzed on them at the end of the week. So every officer has to pass all of these. Where in the past, we just had policies and the officers would come in, take a handbook, and put their signature beside it. So we had no way of proving that they ever read them or knew what they were in, what was in them. This way, they're going to be tested on it so they'll know the policies. But as we go through these over the next year, times are changing, so some of these policies might get changed because of that. Plus, as we go through them and we read them and we study them and we quiz on, we might decide that some of these need to be changed that way also. So this is going to be an ever-evolving, growing thing that gets changed as time goes on. So I don't know what else you guys need from me as far as whether you guys want to approve them now or not.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? Then I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I would move to approve the Lexipol policies for the Lebanon Police Department that were submitted to us for review and have been reviewed. And so that's my motion.
We have a first, do I have a second?
I'll make a second to that motion with a comment that I appreciate Chief Morgan's sharing those with us and having us have an opportunity for input. I'm satisfied that at least the ones that I have raised and the others that have been suggested have been addressed, are going to be taken care of, and there'll be others as time goes on, but I'm satisfied to make a second to approve the motion.
Okay. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Motion carries. Lexipol policy approval for the police department is approved.
I'd also like to let you guys know that you can have access to those anytime, any changes that are made. You let me know, and I'll put them on another jump stick and get them to you guys with any changes or anything like that. I have a copy from Mr. Milburn of the changes that he requested that we got back from Lexipol today.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That concludes the old business. New business, does the board have any new business at this time? If not, I go to the next item, which is claims, and if everyone has had the chance to review the claims, I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I'd move we approve the claims.
Second.
Have a first and have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Claims are approved. And the next item is adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a first, have a second.
Second.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Motion carried. We are adjourned. The next meeting is March the 8th at 5:30.
All right. Hey.